Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to Minecraft. Like I said, we'll be continuing down the road here. So let me actually walk this instead of flying everywhere. So there you go. You got the road here. It is a single way road, unfortunately, because I sort of haven't really thought about it much because, well, I don't actually have a car that's one block wide. So these roads, these roads sort of aren't near big enough. They need to be at least, you know, this side and you know this side. It Yeah, they're definitely not big enough, but it's widened. So, um, so heading around to the back of the dealership here, you've got your dealership here, and then this is the garage where you would get your cars repaired. So you would sort of come in here, another covered archway here because you've got this big covered bit here. The actual entire thing is worth 1.8 million nanoblocks. Um, and the funny thing is, when we started this world, what happened is that we built it up, and the more we built it up, the more expensive things got for some reason. I don't know why. It's it's like a house that we built at the start would be worth, a million, and we'd think, wow, that's so expensive. And then, something like, you know, this tower, for example, is just worth, you know, hundreds of millions of nanoblocks, and then we're just like, it's easy money. I don't know. We're just like millionaires, so I don't know why we're worrying about money at this point. But oh well. Um, so anyway, this is the road in. You've got your covered archway here. You've got another sort of supporting archway thing here. You've got the two cats here, Manic, Soot, because cats. So in here, I there are actually three repair bays, so that you can have three cars being worked on at a time. But however, I left this one blank to give the overall gist of what it looks like inside here. So you would have a car, it would drive onto this ramp, and this is the extending up ramp, so that you can actually get underneath the cars. And this is one of those this is what you would use to walk down, and you would look under the car and check to make sure that everything's working or do any sort of work underneath it. So once again, it's got the checkered red and white flooring. These are shells so that you can take off tools, whatever that you need to repair the car. This area is left blank. There aren't any shells on here because some of the cars do have the rear wings, so the wings would hit the shells, which we don't want if a car is reversed on here. So yeah, that's why it's been left. That's why there's a big hole here. However, these are all shells for WD-40 or whatever. You've got some anvils here to act as like a workbench. You've got actual workbench, crafting tables right here. You got more shells, and that's pretty much the gist of it. It's got open spaces so that you can actually walk around the car, walk to and from. You've got spaces here to actually work on things, and then you would have the car right here. So moving into this one, this is sort of a basic repair, and you'll see why this is the basic repair and not this one, because this one is much larger, for reasons that I'll get into when we actually get in there. But as you can see, this car is being reversed onto the lifting up car lift thing. And as you can see, one of the front headlights is out, so yeah, it's being reversed in there, plus some other work's being done to it, don't know what. But as you can see, this is one of those nuclear freedoms, or luxury freedoms, whatever, the nice white car that I said that I liked the most. It's one of these, but it's in blue and white. Obviously the owner of this car wanted to keep the white rear wings, and they wanted a blue body. So this is being reversed on here. As you can see, you can actually walk underneath the car here. God damn it, there you go. Except you would be able to, but you'd have to remove this bit first. Obviously, to work on this car, you would have to actually slide that off. It actually comes off pretty easily. All you have to do is undo a couple of bolts and then just slide it off. Then just put it to the side somewhere, perhaps on a shelf. It's not like you're strapped for shelf areas. But as you can see, this is in a slightly more this is actually in a slightly different layout. Here is the anvil workbenches here. You've obviously got this bit here, and here are your workbenches, crafting tables right here. And so yeah, this car's having some minor work done to it. Yeah, nothing much. Now this car is actually having a major overhaul done to it. It's one of the first red cars, the Ferrone Nuclear Sport, I think it is. But it's one of those cars, as you can see, the wheels are being redone, but also the engine. The engine has been completely taken off of here, and it's being redone. You know, the nuclear engine is being, you know, more fuel put in it, whatever. But it's being held up here on the lifter by these coalstone balls, because I didn't have anything else to actually have the car being kept up whilst the wheels were being replaced. As you can see, you've got a whole load of wheels here with the rims already on them, or with the hubcaps already on them even. So yeah, you've just got a pile of wheels here, you've got some shelving space here, you've got some more shelving space here with the anvils, and then over this other side you've got more shelving space, and you've also got these things. But this one you can actually walk underneath it. These are the hydraulic lifting rams. I used yellow because hydraulic rams need to be easy to see, so they just thought, you know what, we'll just have... we'll just paint them yellow. People can't miss them then, health and safety. So I just thought, you know what, I'll use gold because... why not? It looks the best. So yeah, the rams would come up, lift up the car, and you can actually work on it underneath here. So that's cool. You can't actually walk out from this way because this thing's in the way, because it wasn't actually rolled back enough. As you can see, you could probably move it forwards, move it backwards a block perhaps. I'm not too sure, but I don't want to rebuild it just to move it backwards once. But yeah, this person's obviously had theirs in a nice yellow. They had a nice yellow nuclear sport, which, you know, fair enough. Some people like yellow Ferraris. It's the same sort of thing. But back here, this is why this one is the biggest area, and this is why major overhauls go on over here, because this has got the reactor repair chamber. So if the nuclear engine needs to be repaired or something, you can go in here. So you've got these radiation suits with just protection 4 on them. Yeah, they're just basic leather. You know, put one on. Don't want to get irradiated and turn into a ghoul. So there you go. It's in yellow, and it's got protection 4 on it. And so you've got this sort of airlock on the front here. You know, 2 different doors. Then you've actually got the reactor in here. This is supposed to be lead, so it's supposed to be sort of like a lead-lined chamber. Don't worry about this wall. It's been heavily lead reinforced inside it, so don't worry about that. It can stop, you know, gamma radiation, alpha, beta radiation. It can stop any kind of radiation. Don't worry about it. It just isn't. The lead isn't on the outside; it's on the inside. That's all you need to know. But the reactor's being held up by this, and yeah. Well, there's the reactor. There's the surrounding area. Yeah. The only reason I put the surrounding area on it is because a chiseled stone block just like this doesn't really look that great. So having it on this makes it just feel and look better. That's pretty much it. So yeah, that's the reactor repair chamber. Let me take off my radiation suit because I don't need it anymore. Even though I've got T51B power armor, which gives radiation resistance, I need more of it. Yes. And well, that's pretty much it. There's nothing much more to this. It's a covered up area. Yeah, inside here you've got these sea lanterns because, well, they sort of fit with the green. Yeah, they've got this sort of greenish blue outline of it, so it fits with the dark green of the dark prismarine. So you know. There's that. If you're wondering what this is actually an underground parking bay. What you would do is you would drive up here, and if this turntable wasn't already on the top, then you could press the button, lean out your car, press the button, and this turntable would come up. And I got this idea from Vault 111 from Fallout 4, because Vault 111, instead of the door opening sideways like most every other vault ever, it actually sinks down into the ground. Anyone that's played Fallout 4 or even seen Fallout 4 will know that Vault 111 sinks down into the ground. So what you would do is you would press this button, this turntable would go down but also spin, because if you look here, if we break down here, as you can see, this is the road here. What would happen is that it would come down and it would also twist. So if your car was parked this way forwards, then when you come down, then you would be facing this way. And then you know, if you had reversed onto the turntable and you turned, then you would be facing this way. It all depends on where you want to park. So in here, these are a couple of A1 Thomas's cars, and I'll get onto them a bit later. But yeah, so this would be the road in. You would you know, drive up, and then you've got all of these parking bays under here. I'm still expanding it, which is why this isn't actually a solid you know, red and white wall. That's why it's still dirt, because I'm still planning to expand that way. But you know, this is an empty parking bay, so as you would see, you would drive in forwards or backwards. You could reverse in or whatever, but you would come in here, and then you know, you got your thing there. And you know, this is the hydraulic ram, which pushes it up and down to raise and lower the turntable up here. And these buttons are like the ones on top. You would lean out. Excuse me. Lean out, push the button, and the turntable would lower if it was already on the top. And so, yeah, over this way, some more parking bays. Don't worry about that. We'll get onto that on A1 Thomas's side of the line. And so, yeah, as you can see, still planning to expand this way as well. So, there's the underground parking bay, because I realised that I don't actually have any parking for any of these cars. So, yeah, there's that. As for this house, there we go. If we enter in here, it's got this, again, a checkered pattern, but this is granite and diorite. No, andesite. Polished granite and polished andesite. Checkered flooring here, and you've got this long hallway. If you go in this way, you've got the bathroom with nether brick and nether rack checkered. You've got your toilet here. Yeah, you've got your bath here. There you go. And this is your sink. So yeah, there's your basic principle there. Coming in this way, this is the dining room, and then also joining in here without a door is the kitchen. Yeah, basic. You've got your fridge here. You've got your black and white checkered here. You've also got your sandstone and lapis checkering here. You've got, you know, your ovens, your preparation, you know, cutting boards and tabletop here, plus, you know, a nice crafting table here. And then you've got your way into the back garden. You know, it's a fairly nice back garden, to be honest. This is a fairly nice neighbourhood. I mean, yeah, sure, you've got a road here, and you've got a massive spaceship over there with a broadcasting tower there. You know, a mansion with a tower there. You've got a farm just across the road with that thing and this other house. But oh well. And you also have a spaceship over there, and you also have that, and that's also a broadcasting tower as well, by the way. We'll get onto all that later, so don't you worry about it. But so coming over back to the corridor over here, you've got another door here, and coming in here, you got a nice TV. Yeah, you got a TV on a stand. Stand's an anvil, doesn't matter. TVs at that time had the two aerial wires sticking out the top, and that's what that lever's supposed to represent. It's supposed to be a wire sticking out the top to get the signal. You also have some nice library books. Well, you have a nice little personal library, sort of. Yeah, you've got a nice armchair here. Yeah, armchair. You also have, yeah, those are just your books, so you can just grab a book. Coming through here, this is leading into the bedrooms. So you've got one bedroom here, which has got you've got prismarine and obsidian checkered flooring. You also have bedside tables, a double bed, a chest, large chest, all your belongings, you know. And then coming down here, you've got another one, a smaller room, but this one has got windows, so some nice some nice white stained windows. There you go. And this has actually got a flooring of half slabs, stone half slabs, and also chiseled stone. So then you've got a single chest here, single bed, bedside table, you know, basic thing. Some more sea lanterns to light up the place. Yeah, simple. And that's about it for this house. I think this was one of the challenges to make a single bedroom or a single floor house. I think may not have been, but this has been valued at 2.5 million. yeah, a house is more expensive than this entire complex because. Moving on to this one. This is a double-decked house, and I have bought this house. I have several houses. I also own the farm, so there's that. But this house has been valued at 2 million nanoblocks, so just remember that. This is 1.8, this is 2. Alright. Got some nice flower pots at the front here. You also have a nice path here to the road. Yeah. Let me know if you think these prices are fair, what you would evaluate them at. Just so yeah. So coming in here, you've got all of these houses have got the skirting board of red, so a single layer of redstone blocks, and then the rest of it is quartz. So you've got again white stained glass, and if you're wondering what this is, on a previous world, I actually had lava in place of this lime green carpet, and instead of green stained clay, this would be, or instead of light green stained glass, this would actually be orange. So if I demonstrate here quickly, I suppose, and I get a bucket of lava here, and I also get some orange stained glass. Here we go. So what I would do is, let's do it over here. Dig down like so. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Place that with grass block. There we go. There we go. And it would sort of be like a crack in the earth. It would sort of do this. And it would sort of go around the place as if the earth had cracked open and magma was leaking out the center of the earth. So you place down your lava buckets here. You would fill it up like this, and then what you would do is not fall in the lava, and you would put this orange over here. So you would, so it sort of worked like this, right? And that's why I replicated in there, but because I'd settled with a Fallout theme, and Fallout has got a lot of radiation and nuclear waste, that's supposed to be sort of like a layer of nuclear waste. So that's what that is. And that's just why you've got sort of like that crack of nuclear waste, because that's exactly what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like nuclear waste has gone into a crack and it's sort of spread around the house. It just looks... I just thought it looked cool. Obviously, A1 Thomas didn't think so, which is why it wasn't evaluated at only 2 million. But to keep with the green theme, I also put in some dark prismarine for the flooring. So as you can see, it does actually leak underneath the walls. If you look there, you can actually see there's where the wall goes down into the ground. That's where I've left a space so that this line would come over here. So let's go around it this way. It's a sort of full circle thing. So you've got two cats here. One's watching the telly. Well, they're both sort of watching the telly. So you've got a nice sofa here. You can look at the TV. You've got this thing, which is supposed to be like a TV stand. You've got a button there because button, and once again that's supposed to be like the TV aerial. Yeah, that's the TV screen. So coming down here, once again the crack is sort of spread down here. Obviously, you can't place doors on glass, which is why it doesn't actually go over there. If I was to have extended it one and had it go underneath the wall, then I could have done it that way, but I sort of wanted it to go across here, which is why this has just been placed as prismarine instead of stained glass. So coming over here, here is your bathroom. So you've got your toilet here. You also have a nice deep bath right here. I forgot to change that from dirt to quartz. So yeah, whoops. And if this was lava, then this block would be glass instead of lava. Yeah, because otherwise you would just be making constant cobblestone in your bath, and you don't want that. So moving out here, this is the dining table. As you can see, it's a large looking. It is a large dining table. If this was lava, then it would save on actually having to put any lights around. However, because I had to put lights around, there's a light. I've used sea lanterns in again because of the quartz. But if it was lava, then I wouldn't need lights because the lava would light everything. It would light up the place. However, I couldn't have wood, otherwise it would set on fire through the glass because lava. But I made this an odd shaped house, to be honest. Yeah, I did. If I go out here, you can see this is the shape of it. It's sort of like a square, and then it's got this sort of rounded semicircle bit at the back. I just thought it was an interesting design, so I made it like that. Yeah, that's about it. It's about the reasoning for that. So yeah, there's your dining table. Coming through here, this is your kitchen. It's a fairly spacious kitchen, to be honest. You have 3 ovens here. You also have a fridge. You got a small preparation area here. You also have crafting table, 2 anvils to be another. 2 anvils with 2 carpets on top to act as another preparation counter bit there, and then there's that, and then there's a sink for washing dishes, whatever, and you also have 2 cats because, you know, cats, meow. And then this leads back into the hallway, so yeah, there's that. Now you can either head upstairs that way, up the steps there, or you can actually go out into the garden and go up onto the landing. We're going to go up via the stairs, keep inside for now. So, because this is the second flooring, I obviously couldn't do the lava thing on the second floor anyway, which is why I tend to only do the lava on the bottom floor, which is why I only tend to do it in single-story houses. But to try and keep with the theme, I just used carpets instead. So, you know, this is the crack of the nuclear waste, trying to keep the theme, and I just have black carpet to show because I thought it looked the best. It was a contrast, so you've got bright lime green, and then you also have black. Just to show up the lime green. Obviously, this is the problem with using other colours, because with the pink it sort of doesn't look very good. Which is, again, another reason why he didn't evaluate it that high. But you got a double bed in here, 2 bedside tables, and a double chest. So, yeah, basic double bedded room. Then this is another bedroom. You come in this way, and you've got the crack here, and you've again got dark blue. Again, the problem with not using black carpet, I mean, the black carpet isn't ideal, but it does look the best with the lime green. So, but you've got 2 chests here for 2 single beds and 2 bedside tables. So, yeah. And then finally we head outside, and it's night time, which means that you can have a look at everything. In night time you can see the spaceship in all of its glory. You can see where the lights are emitting through the turrets, and also just from the main gun there, also from the bridge control. But anyway, we'll get onto that later. That's sort of like a big thing to go over, because I'm very proud of that spaceship. I will tell you. But so you've got a nice little landing on this house. As you can see, you can walk around here. This sort of represents the edge of your garden, the edge of your land. But you can get up and down here, down to the garden. You've got a fairly spacious garden, to be honest. The garden is pretty nice. And so, yeah, there's that house, as you can see. Only 2 million. I can understand why, but yeah, tell me what you guys think. Now, this challenge was to try and make a house on a budget. It was a try and make a bungalow on a budget. Small house on a budget is the challenge. I think it was. It was officially documented as that. But I'm not too sure how we worked out how much because the cash limit for this is that it had to be worth 5 million or less. And so there's a 5 million or less nanoblock challenge, and this was evaluated at 1.250 million. So I made this very, very small. I tried to make it as compact as possible. I'm not too sure how A1 Thomas worked out how much everything is worth, because this is worth this, and the amount of walls cost this much to build and things like that. But this has got an overhang. Once again, it's got an overhang again in the same colouring as this, so it's got the red. It's got the redstone block board line down here with the white quartz walling. So A1 Thomas has actually really liked this house. We bought it, as you can see, sold A1 Thomas. But you enter in here, then in the floor you've got some nice dark oak wood flooring. You also have the counter here. You also have chest under here to save space. You've got 3 furnaces plus 2 crafting tables. These are redstone lamps because I prefer the look of them to glowstone. As you can see, this is glowstone right here. There you go. Then you've got your small dining table here. You also have your bathroom here, which has got, there's your toilet, there's your sink, there's your bath. It's a pretty basic bathroom. It's got a basic nether brick flooring here. And the reason why there's white surrounding these bits is because toilet bowls, baths, they're usually white. So I wanted to just have it white because tradition, but it didn't work out that well. But oh well, he liked it. So as you can see, he's changed out the room of the bedroom slightly so that he can incorporate his patented triple-sized bed. He also added lots more chests, as you can see. That's one of the redstone lamps under there, but as you can see, a double chest, single chest, and a single chest. I think these used to be bedside tables, but he changed them, obviously. And, well, that's it, because it was on a budget. So, yeah. But you walk in between the overhang, as you can see, and it just looks nice. So, yes, that was the sort of row of houses. As you can see, I'm actually pretty impressed by our city. Both sides are good. And so, yeah, we'll get to everything in time, but we'll continue down the line in the next time. So, yeah, we'll walk down the path, we'll head over to here, we'll have a look at the tower, head on past. Just one final thing to note. Once again, this is one of those half-generated trees. As you can see, it's just been cut off right here, down the side. Just completely cut open here. It came with a pumpkin, so I just fenced it off again. And so yeah, I think I also grew this tree. I'm not too sure if I grew that tree or whether that's a naturally generated tree, but on my side of the line, I actually had to go around and destroy every single bit of tall grass, and tall grass is annoying when you're in creative, because if you miss, you just destroy the ground beneath you. The same thing with Minecraft. Same thing, well, with these things, flowers. Because if you have a look here, you have to, because the flowers can generate right at the edge of the block. I mean, this one's lucky. I mean, this one's right in the center of the block, but they can generate right at the edge, and so you can think that you're hitting it. Yeah, look, if I wanted to swipe at it there, I'd miss it, even though that's directly on the petal. No, you actually have to put it there, even though that's not where it's generated. It's generated right over there, but no. Minecraft flowers are just so annoying to get rid of them. But anyway, that's going off track. We're going to continue down the line, and then we'll swoop back around and we'll head down the road here. And of course, if I can get the updated world file from my friend, then we can always continue further down the line and also have a look at some more projects that have been going on. But yeah, so I'll thank you for watching, and goodbye.